How do people? We are back in the booth again, hopefully for one last time. I wasn't going to do any more on this, but I think I'll just quickly do a tiny little bit on just flat and polishing it. So we had 2 bits of dirt, 2 reasonably, big bits of dirt, I would say. We had a bit there and a bit on the top. I've already started to flat it down. Again, I'm going to whack it onto time lapse and quickly going to flat it down. We're going to use 1500 and 2000. Actually, yeah, I may use some 15. I've just nibbed the top over here with some 2000. Okay, so we've got that done. And I'm just going to nib over the sides with probably just keep it with 2000. If I come across any other little bits, I'll use a bit of 1500. And then I'm just going to polish it up. Right then, so just really quickly, I'll just quickly show you. So I'm just going to use some 2000 wet and dry. There's nothing in the tank that needs flattening out. There's very, very minimal peel in it. I'm quite happy with that. So again, all we're going to do is just circular motion. And basically what you want to look out for, or what you want to be listening for as well, is when you're flatting, especially wet flatting for polish, you don't want to get any grit or tiny little foreign objects in the sandpaper or underneath the sandpaper. So when you're flatting, always listen, and if you hear a change in the tone, then stop immediately, because chances are there's a little bit of dirt gone underneath it, and it's rolling. You're basically rolling it around on the paint. So if you're kind of new to this sort of thing, don't be doing it with earphones in. That's a definite no-no. I would advise, I'd probably advise never to do this with earphones in, because as much as looking and watching, it's about hearing as well. And you can obviously feel it. You always keep your fingers shut, not open, shut on the paper. And also, if you do get a slight bit of dirt on the paper, you'll feel it. You'll feel it on your fingers. So again, just be really, really careful and aware, and hopefully you should never really have any issues. Occasionally you do, but hopefully, if you hear it, right. So I just felt a little something under my fingers. Then there was no sound change, no change in note. So I'm guessing it was probably just a little bit of fluff or something, but it was enough for me to be able to feel it in my fingers. So yeah, that's really the only sort of advice I can give, really. Just be really mindful of catching a bit of dirt in it, because you don't want it to be any harder than it has to be to polish up. So over the Royal Enfield bit, I'm just gonna flat it over. I'm not gonna try and get rid of the high marks where the lettering is. That's not what we're trying to do at all. That's fine as it is. I'm literally just going over it just to knock any tiny little bits off, and just generally give it a little once over. So That's it, we're all flatted. So that's 2000 all over the tank. And as you can see, look, we've got a nice uniform matte finish. So look, you can obviously see where I haven't flatted it right up close to the fuel cap. But yeah, you can clearly see the difference, look. It's not rocket science. So yeah, so we've got a nice uniform flatted finish over it. I'm going to change my paper. I'm going to get some new paper down, and I'm going to whip over it with a polisher. Yeah, I'll change the paper because when you're polishing, if you're machine polishing, what you don't want to do, is you don't want the machine to pick up any dirt that's on the paper. Obviously your machine wheel is spinning around, you know, whatever revolutions, and it is also creating air movement, and it can very easily pick up just through the air, just pick up a little bit of dust or dirt into the tank and the polish, and you're polishing away. And you can't feel it like you can feel if you get a little bit of dirt when you're flatting. You can feel that. You can't feel it if you're polishing. The only way you know it's in there is when you wipe it off with a rag and you seal your swirl marks. So that's never fun either. But again, yeah, it happens. It's you know, a lot of this work is you know, you can do what you can do to the best of your ability, but it's well, I say it's down to the painting gods and sometimes the polishing gods. So, but yeah, so I'm going to change the paper and we'll get the polisher out and we'll get a shine back on it. Okie dokie, so we've got our little polisher here, our little Bambino polisher. This is quite nice because you can hold it with both hands and just, it's quite nice for sort of, you know, smallish areas. So I'm gonna use both polishers, but I'll probably start off with this one. We'll just do this bit and see how it goes. So we've got our 3M compound. Let's open the lid, there we go. We don't need to go crazy with material on there, just a little bit, look, and off we go. So because this was 2000, the scratches are very minimal, very shallow, so it should polish up reasonably well, quite quickly. Tanks are never the easiest thing to polish, because ideally you want someone else holding the tank for you, but that's not always possible, so you just have to sort of manage. But yeah, already that's coming up, you know, no problem. Nice and shiny. Hopefully my head's not banging the way. No, it's not. That's it. Go gentle on your edges. You don't want to burn through the edge. So just take it nice and steady round there. There's plenty of lacquer on here, so there shouldn't be any problems. There you go. That's it. We'll just have a quick look at that. Okay, look, got a nice new cloth. Let's have a look. On the squeaky bench, look. Right. There we go, look. Looks alright. No problems with that. A little bit of compound around there. But yeah. So, we'll make the whole tank nice and shiny, as they say. And that's it. Job done. Line looks nice. Yeah, really pleased with the line. That's worked out nicely. Definitely the way to go. Anywho, stop yabbering and polish it. So you kind of get the idea now of where we're going. I'm not going to record it all because it is just basically that process, and it's quite hard trying to stay out of the way so you guys can see. So yeah, it's looking really, really nice. The gold, the camera doesn't really pick it up. It doesn't, I'll be honest, it doesn't do it justice at all with the colours. The cream is very cream, and the gold against the cream just looks gorgeous. So yeah, I'm going to polish it and we'll do one little sort of pan around, and yeah, and that'll do, guys. Right then, we're finished at last. Yep, it's all polished and looks absolutely lovely. I've got to say, I think out of all the things I've painted lately, this is probably my favourite. It's just, I mean, the colours, yeah, they just go together so nicely. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks, yeah, it looks really, really expensive, really posh. Yeah, I mean, geez, whoever wins the bike is, yeah, going to be one lucky person. Yeah, it just looks awesome. Also, I've got to say a massive thanks to Craig, you know, just for trusting me to do this. I know it's really, really hard for people that create things. I know it's really hard to kind of let things go off somewhere else to have something done. You know, whether it be an engine built or a frame straightened in a jig, a wheel straightened, or paintwork or anything. You know, it's kind of like it's all, they're our babies and we don't really want to let them out of our sight. But yeah, just a massive thanks to Craig for you know, trusting me to do this for him, and also a massive help for, you know, he's helped me with the channel. With our little collab, so you know, that's just, you know, really appreciated, and thank you, Craig. Appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, it's just going to look fantastic. The bike is, yeah. I kind of want to buy a ticket for myself, but can you imagine the uproar if I won? But yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's it. It looks really nice. Again, I will just, oh, you can't see me. I will just pan around it and try and give you guys a look to sort of how it looks. But it's really hard to capture on the screen. But yeah, as always, thank you so much. Give us a like and a comment. Tell me if you like it or if you don't like it, or if you think it would have been better a different colour, or, you know, we're all different, and we you know, we've all got our own ideas. But yeah, give us a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and a share, and, you know, let's try and get my little channel a few more subscribers. It'd be mega, that would. But yeah, nothing more to say like the other video, but thank you, and we'll see you next time.